Steve Wilkes. How is he different than D'Amico in terms of, is he kind of more critical of you guys? Coaching harder?
I would say it's more technical, with just him emphasizing us using our weapons, our hands, eyes, feet, and hips. So he just more technical in that way.
You mentioned that you felt like you were playing with a lot more confidence and being what you had seen on tape from last year. How much did playing as much as you did and having the success you did down the stretch kind of help you?
I mean, the game slowed down a lot for me, just with getting the reps all last year. So this year, I think it's just time to take that next step and just be one of the best corners in the league. I mean, that's my goal.
What are the things that you need to do to take that next step?
Just finishing at level 3, playing the ball down the field. I feel like I struggled last year with playing the ball down the field. Just trying to track the ball and just playing with confidence.
What kind of support does Deommodore give you, and just how does that come along, and what do you see out of him this offseason?
Well, he's a top 10 corner in the league in my eyes. He guards the number 1 receiver every week. Performs, and he does his job with a very high level. So I got much respect for him, and I know that he won my best entrance. So that's like a big brother to me.
Is there anything in particular that Steve Wilkes has started to teach you since he's been here?
Yeah, his main focus when he first got here, he told we watched a couple get better plays that I had from last season, and it was just mainly reading the chest area, the breastplate, being able to locate down the field, and just finishing on the ball.
What's been your impression of? He seems pretty hands-on and adjust things as they're happening. What's been your impression of that?
I mean, I was very impressed. He like the godfather of the DBs. He got every answer, and he always a positive person. There was plays that I didn't give up in OTAs, and then it was never like a real breaking me down. It was always bringing me up and just telling me, how I could be better. So, I'll take my hat off to him.
Deommodore, you look stronger this year. How have you spent your off season? Where did you train, and what kind of things were you doing?
I was at down in Los Angeles, California, at the Mamba Mentality facility. I was training over there because pre-draft. That's kind of where I trained pre-draft. I was there, and then I was in Vegas at Phase 1, so I was kind of familiar with the staff over there. So I just trained out there.
Have you put on some weight?
Oh yeah, I think I leaned out a little bit more. Last year I was at, I want to say 202. Like right now I'm 195. So I feel like I'm more fluid and moving better and running better.
When you say that Steve Wilkes, instead of breaking you down, he builds you up, is that something different than you've experienced in the past, and do you respond better to that?
No, I mean, I'm a coachable person, so I know when a coach is coaching me hard, he not trying to tear me down for real. He just, he trying to bring the best out of me, and that's some players, that's how they operate, and I'm kind of one of those players, but at the same time, if you bring positivity, I'm also react too.
Isaiah Oliver seems like a especially big and physical nickel. What does that add to your secondary, the fact that you've got a veteran there with extra size this year?
A lot of versatility. I mean, he could play inside and outside. Me coming out of high school, I actually shadowed him when he was at Colorado when I was with Coach Levitt and Coach Clark. So we was kind of coached by the same people. So I kind of know his movement skills and stuff, and I know what he capable of.
Seems like in practice you're playing a little faster, having a little bit more fun. Is that true?
Oh yeah. When the defense wins days, you got to smile because the offense coming back with firepower too.
Who's been the toughest receiver to cover so far?
The toughest receiver, Brandon Ayuk. We've been having our battle since college, so he's going to be a top 5 receiver in this league this year. He's going to put everybody on notice. I feel like he's been so underrated, He really don't get the credit that he deserves.
He's taken his game up a level this OTAs, is it?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, he's more smooth out his breaks. His release package is unmatched.
Remember, when you say tracking the ball, that sounds like super easy to do, but obviously it's not. What's the key to improving that? And what do you mean, like, what part of that do you think?
Just being able to, when you're downfield, not always trying to locate the receiver. Like last year, I was trying to locate the receiver instead of filling the receiver and then tracking the ball. So I think that was like my biggest thing of why I gave up a lot of plays down the field.
Is that part of confidence, like trusting you'll know where the receiver is and then being able to look at the ball?
Yeah, for sure. And that only comes with reps. You know, just like it was a couple players I had, one with AJ Green. I think it was like I missed time to jump too early. The one with Devontae Adams, I really misjudged the ball, and, you know, he just made a great play.
All right, thanks, Timo.
Thank you.
Good. Ready for questions?
What's this offseason like for you?
It's been good. It's been good. It's normal, business as usual. Trying to figure out ways to get better and spend a little time with the family.
Devo was in here yesterday and said he felt like last season he was awful. His own assessment of his own play. I know you've worked out with him in the offseason in the past. Did you get the sense last year that he was kind of going through it a little bit, and how has he maybe this offseason been?
Honestly, I didn't. I thought he was Devo. I didn't. I mean, you know, that's everybody's their own worst critic. And, you know, he's a competitor. I know he's hard on himself, but, you know, I mean, I thought he was a playmaker for us.
Have you seen him this offseason, kind of renewed vigor at all or anything?
I mean, yeah, he's been grinding. He's definitely been grinding, which I think with all great players, I think every offseason you figure out even if it's 1%, you figure out how to do things a little better, whether it's starting faster, starting later, figuring out ways to, you know, get your body healthy as opposed to just lifting weights. Everybody has their own recipe. So I just looked at it as, you know, another part of his maturation.
Last time we talked to you, you seemed very tired. At what point, like in the off season, you kind of like say, okay, I'm, you know, like mentally, physically feel like, okay, I'm now ready to do this.
I say, you know, after a tough loss, like we suffered, it may take maybe a week or two longer, but usually after about 2 or 3 weeks, when all the bumps and bruises kind of subside, and you know, you're looking at basketball on TV, you're watching people compete, and then you start to miss that competition and start to get that itch again, and next thing you know, you're in the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's kind of how it always go for me.
How much are you as explosive and good as you've ever been, and how much of it is veteran know-how compensating for things? Or
I think a little bit is veteran know-how, but you know, I think it's just the explosiveness is something that you kind of build on over time, and you know, I think for me, that's one of the most important things going into any off-season training program is to make sure my exercises continue to sculpt where I want my explosion to be when I come back. So explosion in my game is a huge part of what I do. So it's a big focus in the off season.
You're really in the gym at 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
Just antsiness or?
It's pretty much scheduled, but it's more so therapy. You know, you get in there and you don't feel like you in a fishbowl. Everybody watching how much you lift and seeing when you get tired and kind of measuring themselves. For me, I just like to go in there and, you know, open space. It's night outside. It's kind of like, you know, I know everybody's sleeping. I feel like I'm working. Maybe I'm getting a leg up. They probably working while I'm sleeping. But to me, it's kind of a mental thing, you know.
McKivitz is a new face on the offensive line. What's your thoughts on him? What have you seen from him throughout kind of his rise up?
I think it's well deserved. It's been a long time coming. You know, I remember having conversations with him when he didn't make the roster and he had to go to the practice squad for a couple weeks and how bummed out he was. He was playing great, but it's a numbers game more than anything. And just to see him continue to grind, not to be discouraged, continue to let his talent show, play with confidence. He earned it. He's here for a reason, and he got that spot for a reason. He earned it, and I'm proud of him.
It's only been a couple days, but what's it like having Javon Hargrave on the other side of the ball?
Oh, yeah, I hadn't seen him play, but we got enough of him back in, what was that, February, I think, January, whatever. But we know what he can do, and I was ecstatic that, we ain't got to see him on the other sideline again. That guy's he's a heck of a playmaker, and it's sometimes seen unreal that we got a player like that to add to the type of defense we have. But, I say it again, I said it before, I say it again, those guys up in the front office, they work magic. So, we had another playmaker, another great player to that defense, and I'm just happy to see him, eager to see him spin this season.
Trent, Drake Jackson, big year for him. What did you think of him last year, and how's he looking this year to you?
Last year I thought he was you look at the athleticism he has, the natural strength. To me, he looked like an all-pro. He looked like he has the stature to be an all-pro player. He looked like he has the want to. He's very studious. He's a student of the game. He's always asking questions, eager to learn. And to see that he actually took that and then, went and ate some weights this offseason and bulked up a little bit, I think it's only going to make him one of those playmakers that we need, on the other side of Nick. Keep everything even. He has that talent, and I'm looking forward to seeing some big things from him.
Eric mentioned maybe how tired you were last time we saw you. The last couple of years, you've had longer seasons than maybe you used to, going deep into the playoffs. Has that changed anything about the way you have to approach your off season and maybe taking time, or maybe being ready for a long season like that?
Yeah, honestly, to be honest, it's kind of giving me a little more time in the off season, because usually after the Super Bowl, I've been on the couch for 5 to 6 weeks at that point, and getting back into it, it can be a little tough. But, after the football season, you already feel the urge to get back and start getting ready. So, when you lose in the NFC Championship, football season is over with 2 weeks after that. So, a couple weeks after that, I'm already back working out and never really got out of shape, if that makes sense. So when you end the season with everybody else, you got a long time to get out of shape before the actual season really ends. So to me, it kind of helped me to where I'm not starting from ground zero every off season like I had in the past.
Are there anything you have to add in just because knowing that there's a chance I'm going to have to play 20, 21 games this year?
No, I just work, and I got the confidence in my coaching staff that they're going to do what it takes to keep an old guy like me fresh for during the season. So I get a couple of days off during the week, and that's pretty much all I need.
How have you kept tabs on the quarterbacks and how they've gone through a lot of different off seasons here, with Bach recovering and Sam coming in, and Trey trying to figure out last?
Yeah, that's a little bit above my pay grade. So Cal and them been getting it done. I let them handle that. I got faith that they're gonna make the best decision. We have a good problem. We got 3 quarterbacks that we have full trust in, and obviously what Brock did last year, it can't be questioned. So, I let them handle that stuff. I'm just happy to have 3 able bodies back there, and that we know we can compete with.
It's possible Jordan Mason could have a bigger role this year. What were your impressions of him as a rookie?
I think I was, impressed like everybody else. Coming in where he was picked up at, nobody expecting a whole lot from him, and then boom, it's like a pleasant surprise. We've always been pretty rich with running backs here, but the more you can keep adding depth to that room, you got a closer like him who can come in and get those tough 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, close the game out. We're running 4-minute offense. You need guys like that, and not only is he a great player, he's a great teammate, great guy to be around. So, I'm happy for him. He get an increased role. I think he deserves it.
There's a sequence out there today where Christian McCaffrey was positive he'd been held. He was upset about it, and he was going after the official.
Right.
To have a guy, that caliber in a mandatory minicamp, non-padded practice, take it that seriously, what does that do for everybody else?
I mean, when you get to know Christian, you understand why he's the player he is. I mean, that's every day. And you see we're in a mini camp. Most of the veterans are on the sideline, with a front row view. Chris, you can't keep him out the huddle. And that's him. He's a competitor. He doesn't take a day off, doesn't take a play off. So it doesn't surprise me that he was pretty pissed off with getting held. I was too. I was over there, giving the official my little 2 cents. But, I told Christian, I was like, that's why you need to be over here with me, man. You got to worry about all that.
Christy, you talked about how Trey Lance, you were so proud of him about how he handled last year and that he affected the team through the postseason even though he wasn't on the field. How did he do that?
Just by being a great teammate. By, hey, we all know he was hit with an unfortunate situation. And, football, it's the way the game is. One opportunity closes for somebody else, it opens up for somebody else. So Brock was exactly what we needed him to be when we needed him to be that. And, as opposed to sitting there and being down, which everybody could respect and everybody could say, I get that, I understand. He didn't. He was in Brock's hip pocket, very attentive in meetings, every walkthrough that he can attend, he was there. And he just always had a smile on his face, always uplifting teammates. And, so for him to be that young and be that mature and handle things that well, I mean, I was impressed.
Thank you, guys.
All righty.
Able to get a taste of what training camp is going to be like with Sarah. They're on tap, yelling at you for about an hour and a half all day.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of good work. They very detailed and some of my technique things. So it's just, trying to sharpen the tool and get ready for it.
Does it seem like what you're going to be asked to do is very similar to what you did with Philadelphia? Is it almost identical, or is it a little bit different?
I think we kind of played this way a couple years ago in Philly. It's similar, but it's different. It's different in its own ways, and like I said, it's a lot of different terminology and stuff that I got to get down, and some technique things that I got to work on.
Basically, it is 3 technique though, basically.
It's for 4 down, a 4 down front. So yeah, kind of like a 4-3.
Interaction do you have out on the practice field here next to Bosa or Armstead, just kind of talking and watching practice? And what's that communication like as you guys?
Just really learning. I think it's really learning everybody on the team. Just talking to the whole defensive line, and they just welcome me in and just telling me things I need to know about the defense, or just helping me out on anything that I ask for.
Did you know those guys at all before you got here?
Not on a real personal level, but of course I knew who they were. Just seeing how big they are in the league.
Have you had a coach like Chris before?
Yeah. I definitely, early in my career with Pittsburgh, and I think him and my old defensive line coach, Washburn from the Eagles, they like best friends, so they kind of got some similarities.
Was it shocking to you when you came in the first day?
Nah, I already got everybody told me, so I kind of knew what I was getting myself into.
What was it about the 49ers that was appealing to you?
I mean, it's a winning program, so it's I think I was just telling them I played them in the NFC Championship, so it's just kind of like that's a big deal, just being able to come somewhere that's used to winning.
You had a big breakthrough last year, double-digit sacks. Did you do anything different going into last offseason, and how did you spend your offseason this year?
It's just the same, just work. I think I just pride myself on trying to get better every year and being able to be coached. And if any of my coaches see a flaw or see things that they can help me with, I just listen and keep learning.
Those who was in here yesterday said that you're very underrated, that you should be brought names like Aaron Donald and Chris Jones. How does it make you feel to have Nick say that about you?
I mean, that's big. I mean, just saying who he is, and him to think like that. I think that's what we strive for in this league, is just put that work in and try to be the best we can be.
What's impressed you most about Bosa, just watching him from the outside?
Just real humble. I mean, being defensive player of the year, just even with me coming in, just coming to talk to me and just welcome me in and just try to help me catch up on things, and just, it's like kind of like a family.
We've come across Brock Purdy this week and caught up with him and all, and then if you can look back to the NFC Championship games, once he was out of the game, what kind of effect did you see immediately that was going to take over?
I don't want to say because I got crucified last time I answered that question like that, but I spoke to all them guys, and really, like I said, everybody just kind of welcoming, and I mean, I'm on this side now, so I really don't even speak on that no more.
All right. Thank you guys.